My glasses.
It's People to the people podcast of the DMV. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's about we and God we trust. Sir Rod and Lady Z, PTP.
Boy, that's hot. People to people. How y'all doing? Good evening, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's the People to People podcast. It's the People to People podcast, the talk show podcast, right? You know, what we do is we just constantly try to bring information to individuals to help them move forward. We like our guests to be the guests that you can relate to, individuals that going through some of the same things you're going through, experiencing the trials and tribulations you may be experiencing, and we just want to just make it that it's about people to people. But before I even introduce my guest, first of all, I just want to say that I know that our country is in dismay right now, and it's unbelievable on how things are going. It is important for us individually to be strong, be united, come together and put out positive energy. And we got to have ourselves in position to acknowledge that we're responsible for the things that go on around us, meaning we have to prepare our young people to become the leaders of tomorrow. It is up to us to do that. A lot of individuals are groomed at a very, very young age. And it is important for us to start preparing our young people right when they're at the table, instead of giving them a cell phone and a iPad to play with. Start talking to them about things that's going to benefit them in the future. There's nothing wrong with getting them to be prepared. They still can be children, but we have to prepare them. Because if we don't, we're going to be responsible for our own self-destruction. So I say to many of us who may be feeling a little down and hopeless, know, number one, that God is in control no matter what. And what we have to do is to really, really collectively come together. And we're Americans. So as Americans, we come together and we stand solid and make everyone be accountable for their actions. Because one of the things that's important is if you commit a crime, you should do the time. If you treating people bad, you can't expect people to treat you good. And we all are not in position to think that we are above the law. We are above the morals, that we are above the truth for what America is supposed to stand for. So that's another show, another situation down the line, but I just wanted to express myself. Let us be serious about our tomorrow, and let us be serious together. So without further ado, because that kind of started taking me down into this little slumber, I got to get my energy back up. I have a beautiful young lady in here with me. She's an entrepreneur. This is Miss Jayda Lee. How you doing, baby?
I'm good. How are you?
I am so happy to see you and have you in here.
Thank you for having me.
This
Excited. It's been a long time coming.
I know. We've been talking about doing this, right?
Yeah.
So, one of the things that you've been doing, you stay so busy. You are a true entrepreneur. And, and I know you personally, so I watch you work. Yeah. What made you get into doing your own business?
Well, it started off with my mother starting her nonprofit. She wanted to take the middleman out of her marketing, I guess. Her apparel making and other stuff like that. So she got me set up. She's like, "This is what we're doing," and ever since then, I've stuck with it, and it's grown from there. I fell in love with it when I didn't think I was.
Okay. And so what's some of the type of things that you do?
I make business apparel, so t-shirts, sweatpants, socks, do the trucker hats. I don't do embroidery yet, but it's something we're looking into and working on getting. I also make baby shower things, wedding. So I just had an order to make some custom wedding mugs. I do signs if you need, um, an archery for a photo shoot or something like that. I can do that. That's on my roster. I paint. I crochet. Falls into the apparel. And on the side here and there, I bake.
Okay. So you're just a natural artist.
Just all around.
Yeah, yeah.
Jack of all trades.
Hey, I already know. I've seen your work. Your work is amazing. And when you're doing this, does this give you your personal satisfaction?
Yeah, I've always loved art. It's always been something I've been into. It's always been an extracurricular of mine. And I thought, why not turn my passion into a job?
Yeah. How about that make sense?
Yeah.
Turn your passion into a job.
Mm-hmm.
Something that you don't mind wake up in the morning to do.
Exactly. Something I wouldn't mind rolling out of bed and literally hopping
right into. I mean, and I do know your dedication because your location is not far from where I am, and you're constantly working.
Yeah.
But that must say that you really, really do enjoy it.
I'm trying to build myself. I know there is somewhere I want to be, and I just have to get there.
So, if it was anything right now, I'd say 3 things that you think that would help you elevate. 3 things. What would it be? If somebody out there is watching right now and they said, "I want to help this young lady," what would be 3 things that you would ask?
I definitely need somebody to help me with getting more engaged into social media. I've been lacking in it, and which is crazy because of how young I am. I'm not big at publicizing myself, so definitely somebody there to help me with that would be amazing. Funding is also another thing. I went from 9 to 5 to entrepreneurism, so I'm making that balance and trying to get it to work there. You know what I mean? This opportunity here, like your platform, to give me a chance to speak and talk about my business. It's the 3 things.
Yeah. Well, being that there's individuals out there who sometimes like sponsoring business and things like that, I always say if you don't ask, So what would be a figure you could throw out there that you know that would literally put you in a position you can say, you know what, I can take off and run right now.
Take off. I want to say $15K. I can get the embroidery machine. I can get a direct to film machine, either a direct to film or a direct to garment. That would help with cost efficiency and going at a bigger scale. I can take in more orders. Won't have to outsource, and possibly open up into new things, new business adventures, like articles of clothing or apparel I'm not working with now. I can definitely implement into my business once I get that started. And then I also have my website together. It's another thing I'm locking in right now. Don't have my website up, so I think that's halting me a bit. I've been working on designing it myself because there is a certain way I want it. That's taking a little longer than it should.
But I mean, when you are the boss, the employee, and pretty much everything, it has a tendency to kind of take a little time to get these things done.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, but I mean, basically watching you, I've seen you work, I've seen your passion, I've seen you grow, and looking at where you are right now. So, is it that you would want to continue to do this, like on in a private setting, or would you like to go where you become a entrepreneur in a business, big, large mall or something like that? Would that be your goal?
I have looked at getting into the mall space or getting into a kiosk in the mall. I definitely want to be big. I want to be so big I need a warehouse because I want 10, 20 machines.
Right.
I'm a Gemini. I'm an artist. I have so many things going on in here. I want to be able to put it to work.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to hire employees. So I need the space for that.
Right. Right. I don't. I know you ain't supposed to ask a woman how old she is, and I'm not going to ask. But I know you're not over 30.
I'm not. I'm 23. I'm okay with saying that I'm 23 years old. Just turned 23 June this year.
Okay, and I am so proud of you. Really, for me to see you, your work ethics. I see your dedication. I've seen your support system that you have, but also you are a support system.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
I support everybody around me. And I love my family, I love my friends, I love my business associates, I love my associates. I genuinely care. So when somebody needs me to donate my time or donate my services, I'm all for it. Service for service, okay. I'm here to help. And I'm not here to be a problem.
Right. Have you always been like this as far as being so ambitious to move forward?
Yeah. I grew up with a family of entrepreneurs. My uncle's an entrepreneur, my mother's an entrepreneur, and so is my grandfather. But it's just there was no other way to.
It's just who you are.
Yeah, I have a bossy attitude sometimes, so listening to people isn't always my comfort zone. Even though I know I need to listen to get to where I need to go. So the 9 to 5 was a little tricky to me. Even though I am a team player, there is attitudes I won't tolerate. And, some managers don't know how to treat people. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Well, okay. So for other young ladies now, I've been 23, so I know normally what people think about at 23 years old. A lot of people don't take things as serious. I noticed that you are not a person that run around in groups and stuff. You're a loner type individual.
Yeah.
Do you feel awkward?
No, not at all. I can count my friends on my hand, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the group I have because the more personalities you deal with, the more drama it tends to circulate, and nobody needs that much drama. Mm-hmm. It's good to separate your friends from your associates, and your associates from your business associates, and so on and so on. I have different groups of people I hang out with for what I have to do, and I feel like being a mature person, you should know how to separate different parts of your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do have my friends that I can be business with and be fun with.
That is some things that being a mentor, being the presence of young people, you find some people who kind of know what they want. Mm-hmm. You seem like you know exactly what you want. So did you do a business plan before you got started, or did you just kind of take it step by step?
Honestly, I took it step by step. I didn't do my business plan until a year and a half until actually running the business. Okay. I had no idea what I was doing at first. I was just thrown into it. I've been learning along the way, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's YouTube videos, there's Instagram accounts, TikTok accounts. There's people out here that will help you set up your business for free. There are people that will mentor you online without you actually having to sit down with a mentor. There's books you can read. So, being thrown into it wasn't as bad as people were going to think. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely just hopped right into it. No business plan, nothing.
but when you love what you do, matter of fact, don't you have a few things?
I do have a few things. I have some cups and I have some paintings. This is one of the pieces I just finished working on, actually. It's a Pokemon painting. And I have an abstract painting as well.
Okay.
Here are the cups I have. This was a custom cup for a dancer, a coach, actually.
Okay. Okay.
And here's a random Pokemon one I made when I was going to the pop-ups.
Okay. And with that said, I also, and I didn't bring it in, and I should, because I actually had a cup with people to people on it as well that you did with my logo.
Yeah.
This the reason why I don't have it to bring in, because someone who I happen to live with saw it and got excited and decided that they was going to keep it.
She was like, "This is mine, huh?"
Yeah. And then what is this? Is we got something here. I love this piece right here. What is this?
Oh my gosh. Well, all of my Cartoon Network fans should 100% know this. If you have a kid who watches Cartoon Network, this is Garnet from Steven Universe. I just finished her about 2-3 months ago. She is for sale. You have to be deposit ready. I'm also open for commissions, deposit ready. I have a few pieces I'm working on, Simpsons painting. I did a raffle for my mother's event and everybody went crazy over it.
I was at the raffle and I thought I won it, and I was so man, I was like blown because I was excited that I did win something, but I thought I won that.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, that I
I
had no idea that you was the one that painted it though.
Yeah. And it was Black Simpsons, so
right. I mean,
we
it was
cater
something
to our
that
community.
that you definitely you could put into the basement and have it as a conversation piece. And that's, I mean, so as far as the painting, so you just decided to get into painting.
Well, my mother's an artist. She got a full ride to an art school.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she went to Manhattan and came back and painted from memory what she saw, and it was amazing. She got her scholarship from sitting in class and making a portrait of her classmate, and her teacher took it and submitted it. She lost it after a while, but she always has inspired me and my little sister to go forth with our dreams of art. She's always catered to it. My Christmas presents have been art supplies on art supplies on art supplies all throughout the year. Anytime I wanted to go to Michael's, she was there supporting me. So art has always been in my life. It's always been a love of mine. And I'm very happy to see my sister getting into it. It might be a different form. She's more in the digital art realm, which I am getting into because I'm a graphic designer as well. I do logos and decals and other things.
Yeah, so cool.
But yeah, it stemmed from mommy.
Well, that's another thing that I think that a lot of people need to understand. If you expose your child to something, they'll pick up on it.
Yeah, and she kept my hobby going. Like, it wasn't a one and done. Okay, I don't think you're really going to be interested, so here you can dip and dabble. It was, I'm pushing you to do this. You know what I mean?
Right.
She kept me. What's the word I'm looking for?
Actually,
with structure. I like structure with my hobbies.
Right. I like that. That's something that I would like to say to many individuals out there. You know, you got to remember that what you put into your child is what you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I saw something the other day that I thought was very, very profound. It's when your child is getting ready to go to bed, you should say things to them to encourage them. It's like, you can be great tomorrow.
Positive affirmations.
Yeah, you're a strong individual. Or say things like, I just think that you're so smart. You know,
compliments and stuff like that. Yeah.
We have so many people, man, they think that it's cute to say, you're so stupid. I mean, after a while,
a little joke. After hearing that so many times, your mind starts to process, am I really stupid?
Yeah.
You know? People don't realize words really do eat at you. Words
They stick
matter.
with you.
Yeah, that's why they say positive affirmations and self love, talking in the mirror to yourself every day.
I was going to say that I like that when people encourage me.
Mm-hmm.
I like when people say they believe in me.
Yep.
Because it gives me that courage to go forth.
Yep.
When people criticize you or always have something negative to say, it takes something out of you.
Yeah, it does. But it definitely stems from our childhoods, because when we don't grow up with those positive affirmations, we tend to seek them in our adult lives from other people.
Right.
That validation, oh, you're doing a good job,
Yeah.
or this is the way,
Yeah.
this is the way you should be doing it, instead of I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing this for me. This is how I want to do things. I know I'm doing the right thing.
Exactly.
It definitely, childhood with the positive affirmations will create a strong, functioning adult.
Yeah. And that's what because I know your mom, and I see our relationship, and I see that she has so much confidence in you.
Yeah.
And you with her as well, and y'all really kind of like the glove and the hand, y'all fit.
Yeah.
The sock and the shoe.
Yeah. And it wasn't always like that. I mean, we're so much alike. There was definitely a time where we had our bickering and our back and forths. But I love my mother to death, and she loves me to death. We came to an understanding. We understand each other. She understands, I'm an adult now, and there was things that I went through that she couldn't see. And I understand that she was a child raising a child. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everything wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, she showed us what she knew how to show us. Mm-hmm. Her family didn't give her love. So all the love she gave us was breaking her family curse, the generational curse.
Yeah. And that's important when we're talking about that. And if you're just tuning in, this is Jayda Lee. She's an entrepreneur. She's a young lady who she has her own business, and she survives off of it. And by doing so, that means she works hard and she takes real serious pride in what she does. I had the opportunity to meet her mom, who's a fantastic individual, who's now a dear friend of mine. Actually, I have adopted her as my baby sister, and Jayda I've adopted as my niece. So, and being that we Geminis, we click. So, that's
strong
a good thing.
Gemini power.
You already know. But what is important for us to understand, and for the viewers, encourage people, because since I've been around you, I've always encouraged you.
Yes.
And I love to see you moving forward. And you as an entrepreneur, it excites me to see you when you going into your own studio.
Oh yeah, that was a big upgrade for me this year. Being able to go into my own space after being with mom for 2 years.
Yeah.
I was happy to go out on my own. It was encouragement. It was like that. I'm headed in the right position. Oh my gosh, that right there was a blessing. Can't even lie.
That's amazing. Okay. I said, I know I'm supposed to see if I can find it here.
The last 3 years watching you as well.
Oh, watch it. Oh, I love it. I mean, that's one thing with the podcast that I'm excited about, what we do and how we move forward. Is always exciting to me. So I'm trying to get on here so I can read the messages. And let's see. Yeah. I might be all into. I just know that when I was talking about you coming on the program, I was excited because I know that you would be an inspiration to a lot of other young people, not just young females, but I'm talking about young males as well. One of the things that your mom does at the studio, she has classes for young people.
Yes.
How does that affect you?
How does it affect me? I'm ecstatic for it. I help her set up. I'm not always necessarily in the class because I be in my office working. But my sister attends the class she has with Tony Wolf, the literacy, the financial literacy class, and the class to help them get prepared for after high school. I think it's amazing what they're doing. I went to Virginia high schools and they kind of had similar programs for us, which I've been learning lately that they don't offer in Maryland schools. So I'm very, very happy that they're offering it to these kids here in this office. And the weekend classes my mother does, the tutoring, I love it. It melts my heart seeing those kids come in and be so enthusiastic to learn every weekend, right after the next, asking their parents when the next class is. It's beautiful.
Hello, Queen Rachel, one of our true supporters of the People to People podcast. She says, "Are you connected with the art community to gain more exposure and apply for art grants?"
I'm in a few Facebook art groups, but I'm not that connected into the art community, honestly. I'm not big on social media, so it's a little bit of
Right.
yeah.
You're more a little private about it
Yeah.
as you move. Khalil, he says, "Good evening, everyone. This young sister does a lot of great work.
Hi, Khalid.
Definitely support her. Shout out to PTP. What's up, my brother? Peace and blessings to you." Another individual who is always supporting Lesson Learn. That's his organization.
Y'all go follow him. He does some big things with the kids too.
Yeah.
He in Norfolk, Virginia, down Richmond with the kids, helping them. He's also in the jail system, talking to the kids, trying to help them get a better life.
Yeah.
So
he's a powerful brother.
Definitely.
Yeah. I've had him on the program, I think twice, but I know definitely once, and I'm overdue to get him back on. So I'm definitely going to have to get him back on here. But he's a brother that's networking with your mom and with people to people as well. And as everybody that's possibly just joining in, let me bring you up to par. Jayda is a self-employed young lady, 23 years old, who she works hard to live a positive life. And sometimes it's hard when you're focusing on business and you can't focus on marketing and things of that nature. That was one of the reasons why I wanted her to come onto the program, because I wanted people to see that we got to support one another. So having on, I'm hoping that you will reach out to her. I'll have her to tell her contact information. When I tell you, what you saw in here is not compared to the work that you see she does. I mean, when I tell you, from the hats to coffee mugs to, bracelets. You talk about, this woman can create so many things. And one of the things that really got me was when I saw that you crochet. That was very, very sentimental to me, because my grandmother used to teach it. And very seldom do I see individuals who do it as well as you do. I saw you was in there going for it, and I was like, "Yo, you really know what you're doing."
That was my COVID thing. I picked up YouTube and I was like, I need something to do. That really got me through COVID.
So you learned that off of YouTube?
Yes.
God, girl, I mean, you'll be gone.
Yeah, I learned how to knit in the 8th grade. I went to after school club one day. I was like, oh, I'm just walking around, sat down in there, learned how to knit. I was like, I got this. A few years later, I picked up that one needle. It's like, okay.
And just took off.
Yeah. I mean, it did take me a good month to really be able to get a solid project done. But trial and error. Once I got it, I got it.
Okay, I'm gonna take you on a little serious ride real quick here. Looking at the way we are with the economy and things that's taking place right now, and I don't want to make this no real political conversation, but how do you feel as a young, and I try not to say a young black woman, but as a young woman, do you feel comfortable? Do you feel that it's an easy process, or do you feel it's a struggle?
I don't feel comfortable after this election. I can't say that. You know, as a woman and as a woman of color, there is a lot of rights that I am concerned about. Also, as a person of the LGBTQ community, there's those rights I have to worry about. The fact that one person can strip the rights away of so many people is very unsettling. And seeing what happened the last time he ran, it's just, I'm gonna sit back and watch, I guess. See how things play out.
So do you feel real confident being in this country?
No, I got a passport and I'm ready to travel so I can figure out where I'm moving. That's all I gotta say. I already told mommy I'm moving abroad. I want to get my business secured here, and then I'm gonna get secured somewhere else.
I mean, but that's it's just funny right now that a lot of people would be very questionable about what is right or wrong. And that's something that really bothers me. And I thought about you after this morning when I woke up. I thought about you I knew you was going to be a guest on the program, and I was wondering what does it do? How does it affect you? You know, when you see the country allowing things to take place that doesn't make sense.
There's a felon in the office. They better open up jobs for all the felons that are out here. That's all I gotta say.
Oh man.
Like, the country is going to crap.
Okay. All I can just say, it's a little scary.
It's a little scary. It's like, it's not comforting at all.
But I didn't think about what you just said. You said, hey, all the fellas should be able to go get a job.
Yeah, they should be.
But that ain't a problem.
And it's crazy because he is not a POC felon. So it was a lot easier for him to get along with this. They need to open it up for everybody else now that they've let that man in office. It's not going to be fair. I mean, the country is already split and divided in so many ways. This election did not help.
It's funny, probably, I think many, many years ago, way before you were born, a lot of us didn't take the elections very serious.
And, thank God my generation is stepping up. We're all excited to be going to the voting registrations, to be able to start to register to vote. I know when I turned 18, I was pressed. I was real pressed. And everybody I went to high school, well, let me not say everybody, majority of the people I went to high school with were also very pressed. And the ones that fell behind me were ready to go as well. So I think there is some hope for this nation because of how many people are starting to step up that aren't, that weren't in power before. We just don't have to see how it goes.
So you being a young lady, 23 years old, what is it that you would tell a senior citizen like myself or a person that's a little older? What would you tell us to give us some hope for tomorrow?
Some hope. In the next 10 years, which, some people may or may not see, next 5 years, we will have people that are qualified to be able to get this country to be moving a certain way. We have more POC doctors, more POC lawyers, more POC people in the government industry. I think that now that there is a little bit more equality and balance in the world, there's not a whole lot of it, but there is more than there was before.
Mm-hmm.
Things that shows that there are brighter days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said, we shall see.
We shall see. I just know that a lot of us are probably in situations where, we are wondering what is in store for tomorrow. I remember just closing my eyes last night, and it was like I had, a stomach virus or something, because I just couldn't rest.
I couldn't either. I was tossing and turning all night. My stomach was hurting. I'd like watching the start of it. I knew how it was gonna end.
Yeah. It just started. It didn't start off good.
Not at all.
And then we started. But
and no hate to the Trump supporters, because not all of them are bad.
Right.
Not all of them are bad. I'm not mad at it. I just don't like what the name stands for, personally.
Yeah. I just don't. Yeah. It's just me personally. How do you send somebody to jail for something so minor as selling marijuana, and then you have someone who will be tampering with government information and things of that nature, trying to defuse the voting and so forth and so on, and we don't hold them accountable.
Or talk about immigrants your whole last run while married to one. You brought one over.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's very... He's what's the saying? Something calling the kettle black. Yeah. That's all that man does.
Well, again, you being a young entrepreneur, I hope that as you move forth, that it will be something that he will bring to the table that will be a blessing for you.
Business-wise, I definitely think he will.
Yeah. And something, I believe there's a bright side to everything.
There is. There's 100%.
Yeah. So, the one thing I got to tell you, and I feel like this, I'm an American, okay? So I love the country. Now, I'm not saying that I wouldn't want to live anywhere else or for a little while, but I love being an American, okay?
That's fair.
And being a former Marine, I fought for this country.
Okay.
So I want to stand beside or behind or right there with him as the president to say, hey, I will protect you.
It's very understandable. You fought for, you put your life on the line for this country. This is your country. You're an American. Yeah. So all you could hope for is the best for the country.
So that it's kind of hard when you feel like you want to be dedicated to something, but you don't get the same.
Yeah, I get it. You don't agree with certain things that are happening, but you love this country, and it's it's the right from wrong thing. It's hard sometimes to choose the right thing when
they're showing you the wrong thing.
Yeah,
and you benefit from it.
I mean, I wouldn't say him being president is the worst thing ever. But there's definitely pros to having Trump in office.
Yeah,
it's just.
I honestly, and not that we want to make this program about him, but if he would just become a people person.
Yeah, that's it. Literally a people person. Not a facade people person, but a genuine people person.
We could learn so much from him. We could stand behind collectively as a country that we can say, hey, we can make it.
Yeah.
It's not just about being black, white, or Hispanic or Asian. It's about us being human.
It's about us being human, and the more people that are in charge, the more people that grow up to run the country that have that mindset, the better we are.
Yeah.
And thank God there are people, white people, POC people, there are people with that mindset that are now have graduated or are graduating to make this country better. I believe it.
I honestly, I think that if it was any way that I could have my way, I would clean house and put all fresh new blood in there. With fresh new ideas.
They need a clean house because a lot of these people have old views. Just a lot of older males in charge.
Yeah.
That have set mindsets, very biased mindsets, and I don't think that's it. That's why I actually wanted an independent party to win. Independents have the views of both.
Yeah.
Both people. We need a people person in the office. And until then, we're always going to be divided.
It's crazy. So, getting back to the fact that you are a young entrepreneur and that you are moving forth, I really want to see you expand. And so whatever we can do at the podcast, we will try to assist by send me your logo. I'll put it on the flyer. We got some time coming up where we're going to actually start possibly doing commercials and things of that nature. So those things that I'll be reaching out to you to help promote you. If you would, could you tell the people how to get in touch with you?
I will. I'm going to spell out my Instagram for you. It's a little confusing, but the pronunciation of it is District Art. So it is D as in dog, S as in Sam, T as in Tom, R as in race, C as in cat, A as in art, R as in race, and T as in Tom. It's District Art, and then shop. Okay. That's the Instagram, and that should be the Facebook as well. You can also text my phone number since it is my business line, 571-205-2505 for any inquiries you may have. Be deposit ready.
Right. Okay.
Don't waste my time, please.
Yeah. So that that's the other thing that I think that a lot of people got to realize. When we as artists, we do our part. Please understand that we all want to be compensated. We all want to be respected for what we do. You and I, it would be bad for me to come over and say, babe, I need you to do 20 cups for me for free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're trying to run a business. It's more so empowering when I come over and say, look, I need you to do 20 cups, but I want to also ask for an extra 10 to be able to pass out to promote the business so that we can increase your area of income to put you where you can be. So what I try not to do, I don't want to make it about me. But one of the things that I'm talking about you as a business person, right? Okay. You need finance.
Yeah.
We already know that. People think that when you're asking for money that you're begging or something like that. But okay, when you get people who help you financially, they elevate you.
They do. And I mean, a long-term investor, I can work with, percentages off of certain things, like I'm a business person. I watch Shark Tank. I know investments don't come for free all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Royalties, capital, people want their money back. Yeah. And that is something we can work on as I am a business that is growing.
Yeah. But that's why I was saying, I wanted to say that sometimes, we can ask people, it may be a person out there. Which one of the machines you need?
Embroidery machine.
An embroidery machine. If there's someone out there, you have one that you're not using that you can donate to this young lady, please do so. Please do so. You know, a lot of people wondering. You know, I've been doing the podcasting for a while. I've invested over close to $50,000. They don't know. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's buying the equipment. Yeah. So when I ask for support, it's not because I'm asking them to pay the rent or something. Yeah. It's really I'm asking to better the equipment so that I can move forward.
Exactly.
Right, and that's what you need.
Yeah, the startup was almost $2,000, $3,000. You get the Cricut, sublimation stuff, all the materials I need, shirts and stuff like that. So I've invested in my business. I have to constantly keep restocking. I invest in my business all the time. I want to start new ventures for the business, new hobbies for the business. I'm investing. Actually, I'm planning an art show next year, spring 2025. Investing into that. Yeah. It's not coming out of the business. It's coming out of my pocket.
So do you have a Cash App or something that you can give out?
I do have a Cash App. My Cash App is Glory with 3 Y. Well, hold it. Let me check. Let me make sure.
Make sure you get it correct, because you don't want no donators to send out. But again, if you just tuning in, Jayda Lee is a young entrepreneur who she believes in making her dream come true by hard work. She's a dedicated artist. She do paintings. As we was looking at some of the work that she done, and I'm telling you, I've seen other work that she's had um, uh, where she's did this, and she's an amazing artist. And I tell you, some of the stuff that in her studio, when you see it, you walk in the yard like, oh my goodness. And I'm not being funny. Yeah, you should see some of the stuff in her studio. You'll want to take it home. You'll want to purchase it because it is amazing. I hope I don't say this the wrong way, because I don't think that you brought your best down. I've seen your work.
Well, if I'm going to be frankly honest, people have been coming in the studios and just buying stuff off the wall. Yeah. Like stuff that I haven't even finished yet. They're just like, I want it. I don't care if it's not done. I'm like, oh, okay.
And let's talk. Right. We can go back to that one when we was at the event which your mom did. The
Simpsons.
The Simpsons. That was. Everybody was like geeking to get that.
I got a commission for it that same day. I'm working on it now. I got it for my Uncle Ali. So I'm catering to his family. I'm turning them into the Simpsons characters. Oh, and it will be hung up.
That's amazing.
A little present surprise. I hope you don't see this. Put it out there.
but I tell you, you're an amazing individual. I love what you bring to the table. I love it that you're an entrepreneur. I like it that you're so young. I get a kick out of being around you because you're so calm, and I really thought you were older than 23.
A lot of people do. They say like I'm very mature and mellow for my age, and I mean, yeah, I'm the middle child, but the big sister, I guess so. And I've always been almost everybody's big sister. I take care of people, so been that mature role.
And I love your mom and y'all relationship. I watch y'all, man. Y'all like y'all two warriors.
She need me, and I'm there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I watch y'all, and she's an amazing woman. But she's setting a tone for you.
She is. She's an amazing role model. I watch her work her 9 to 5, and I watch her do this nonprofit, and it is very inspiring. It's inspiring to see everything she does. She's nonstop. She's always moving. She's always working, and she's always trying to give back. That's like, I love it.
That's the one thing that's amazing with both of you, that y'all constantly giving back. That's why, again, I want to ask, if there's any way that you can contribute to this young lady, please do so. Contribute to What's the Cash App again?
It's Glory 1Y Jay 3 Ys.
Okay, let's say it one more time.
Glory with 1Y and then Jay with 3 Ys at the end.
Yeah. And it's not about begging, it's about supporting one another. Sometimes, man, you can just cash out $5, $10.
$1 even
a dollar.
works.
Believe it or not, I mean everything helps.
It does. It adds up. It'll go into the bank and it'll probably get either donated to my mother or go to supplies.
Yeah, and I mean, again, when we're talking about us trying to move forth in this country, see, people don't realize, like, when individuals like yourself is real successful with your business, you set the tone for the other young ladies to follow, to say, hey, if she did it, I can do it.
I mean, I want young men and women. If you have an idea, if you have a business you want to start planning it now. You can start it before you get out of high school. You can start it before you graduate college. You can get your game plan together, save as much as you want to save, or as much as you can save in the time you have, and get it done. We make a bunch of excuses, but at the end of the day, if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. That's how I look when doing a podcast, man. I keep going. I'm pounding at it. We've had ups and downs. I had many people that was riding with me, and a lot of them fell off, and I'm okay with that. I'm not mad at them, because this is my dream. I remember, coming up, I used to get upset because I didn't have a lot of individuals to help me, but some people in the family say, hey, Rodney, this is what you like to do. Well, that's true. But what I also know is this. You cannot have a football team and be the quarterback and don't have no players.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You can't have a soccer team.
Nope. And you're going to end up doing all the positions by yourself, and it ain't going to work out.
It comes down to, like, when your mom do the events. She can't do everything.
She can't, and that's why I'd be right there by her side. I'm there. Set up, clean up.
Yeah.
Whatever she need, I'm there. I'm working the events. I do what I gotta do. I know she needs, but I'm there for her.
So that's my point that I wanted to get to the audience. Helping people. You don't know what it's like. I've had many people catch me off guard and do donations to the podcast. And the first thing I do is go and purchase different things. They can't see everything in here, but when you come in, it's a lot of equipment.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
It is.
When I go into your studio, it's a lot of equipment.
A lot of equipment.
And now we talking about paintbrushes and paint,
yarn,
vinyl. So when we doing these right here, what is it? Just if we break this down, how long does it take you to do something like this?
The cups, the design, it depends. The design, if they don't come with the design already, the designing process can take me anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours, depending on how complicated it is or how detailed they want it.
Right.
Going back and forth between the customer on design, on verifying the design they want, and then pressing it. It takes 10 minutes in the oven, and then the process of me wrapping it, which is about another probably 5.
And then it all depends on how many they order.
Yeah.
So you're talking about, you can have a job take 2, 3, 4, 5 days.
Yeah.
Sometimes a week.
Yeah, just like when I did the drawstring bags for Not My Child, down in Richmond, Virginia. They ordered like 100 and something bags. I was in the office working day and night for a week. I
wish because I had got some of them from you for us. We need to get them so we start passing them out.
It's that vinyl. That vinyl is tedious. It takes a lot of time. People underestimate it. Yeah, they underestimated a lot.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That people don't understand the work that you put in and time.
Yeah.
And then here, you being 23 years old, you still got a life where you want to go out and enjoy yourself here and there.
Still got school. I have
Yeah.
tending to. I'm in the process of becoming a clinical psychologist. So have to get that done, work, make sure I'm good, and balance my extracurriculars.
Well, I think that you're a very, very positive individual, individual who I would love for my daughter to mimic if she was young.
Yeah.
My girls are up there. Let me see. I gotta go back to these messages. Okay, good day, Queen. I would like to network with you about the art grant and the art community. So let me share with you. Queen Rachel is an artist.
Mm-hmm.
She's an individual who does so much. Because of different things that happened in her past, she's kind of slowed down a little bit. Yeah. But she hasn't slowed down with getting out information. So she's someone that you definitely would want to network with, because she is very, very well connected.
Okay.
And she has information to share for artists who need funding. Okay. So she could talk to you about and tell you about grants and things of that nature. So definitely Queen Rachel is a very, very important individual to have in your book of numbers.
I'd love to connect. I don't know if she got my number, but I can say it again if that's okay. It's 571-205-2505.
Yeah. And it's not just individuals like Queen Rachel who really support different individuals, but I can tell you this: what you do is important to me. You give me hope to keep moving forward.
I appreciate that.
No, seriously, you do, because the hard work that you put in. And I see that you are giving. You give from your heart. And both of us Geminis. Our birthday is not but a few days apart.
Yep.
So we the ride or die Geminis.
We there in that first 2 weeks.
Yeah. So we go hard. Mm-hmm. But you as an entrepreneur, I want you to know, don't give up. Don't give up. I believe this. I believe that in long journeys, if you keep your mind focused on getting there and not the process of getting there, right? Yeah. If you get what I'm saying, you think about, that's where I want to be. Mm-hmm. But you got hills and valleys and things that you got to go through to get there, right? Yeah. So you don't worry about that part of it. You just keep thinking about
the end goal,
the end results. Yeah. And so with that said, but you'll find that every now and then you'll be moving along and somebody will give you a cup of water right when you need it.
Right when you need it. It literally comes right in time, just when you're on the verge of like, oh, I can't do this anymore. Yeah. Can't do this anymore. The spark will come right back up. I mean, I've had it there's been months. This year I was like halfway done. It became a little stressful, but I'm still doing it. I'm going to keep doing it, and we're going to persevere. I have a goal, and I'm going to get there.
Well, again, I would like for you to keep moving forward and know that don't give up on your dream. And somehow, some way, you never know. Sometimes I'm like this. I look at people like this, right? I'll be riding down the street and I'll see a homeless person or somebody begging, or they're on it. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I got a pocket full of money, and then I would literally just want to just pull over and give them $20, right?
Yeah.
Now do that. I don't care what they do with it, but I can only imagine when people just giving them pennies and quarters and $1 here and there. But when I give them a 20, which may not be much, but
that's a lot. That's a lot to give a panhandler. I don't know. They make more money than a lot of people. A lot of people here, and then half of them don't even be really homeless. My thing is, I don't give them money. I offer food or water. I'll offer to go to the store and get them like what they need. That way I know that like
you really help them.
Yeah, I'm really helping you.
Right.
Like I don't want to what's the word I'm looking for? Enable somebody. I don't want to enable somebody. I don't want to help somebody's drug addiction. I don't want to put my money into a negative bubble. I want it to be positive. So if you need food, you need clothes, you need something, I'm gonna ask you. If that's what that is, then I'm gonna help you get that.
And that's what it's all about. And I'll just say that I want to say a shout out to somebody very special, Cameron, man. How you doing, my brother? Peace and blessings to you, my man.
Hello.
Good to see you. This is a young lady who is awesome. Lorenzo, Penny. I have quite a few people that's in there. We love getting that support. What is this all about? This is not about we panhandling and we begging and stuff like that. This is about us saying we got a young lady who's running a legitimate business, who's getting up every day and working hard. And she is an artist in every fashion. Like I said, y'all haven't seen half the stuff that this young lady can do. I am so, so proud of her. And I say this, if we could just stop criticizing and give more support, donate. You know how much money we mess around and blow by just, nonsense?
Yep.
But donate to an individual and say, hey, I care about what you're doing. And you know something? You become a blessing for somebody else. So she's looking at, you said about 15K is about what you need, right?
About 15K. I get the 2 machines I need to be
you can get those machines.
Full functioning apparel business. Yep.
She ain't asked for $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't asked for 50,000. She said 15, right?
Yep. And I'll even take a used machine that I can fix up.
Yeah.
It'll work. Like whatever I gotta do to get myself where I need, that's where I'm going.
Well, you know something? Here we are. This is people to people. And we are really, really about coming together and helping one another. Our slogan is people to people, power to power, power to the people. Let me tell you what it stands for. People to people, that's being you, right? And whoever the other person is. Power to power, the power you possess, the power that I possess, but the power we possess together, we become positive thinking people.
You're right.
So, with that said, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate everybody that joined in. Also, I'm going to throw my Cash App out there, but you know something? Let's make it about this young lady today. Hey, bless her. Let's bless her. Put something out there toward this young lady so that we can help her move forward and get some more equipment and things that's going to help her move forward.
And thank you in advance to anybody that does do so. I had a very good time with you tonight.
I love you, baby. I love you too.
I love you so much. And I hope everybody at home has a good night. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I appreciate your time and a comment. This was very fun.
Yeah. I mean, but what they don't know, this is what this is all about. This is what we do. You don't have to be a celebrity to come on the show. All you gotta do is to have some positive energy with you.
Yeah.
Talking about positive things, making changes, and try to help somebody. That's what this was all about, and I believe in it 100%. And there's a lot of people out there that do that. Like I said, I appreciate everybody that makes contributions, whether it's to me or anybody that I have on the show. Again, this young lady, she does her work, and she does this, and she gets. I mean, you should see some of the stuff that she does.
Actually, all the paintings are for sale. If you guys do want them, just hit up the number I mentioned, 571-205-2505, and be deposit ready if you're gonna put a deposit to hold it.
Yeah. And just know this: you ain't seen nothing. You should see that
Simpsons joint.
The Simpsons joint. I mean, that one right there. Everybody's gonna be like going crazy trying to get that. Again, thank you for tuning in. I love you so much. And listen, keep hope alive. Let's keep thinking about the positive things, because guess what? There's a bright side to everything. And I know right now a lot of us are really, really worried. And we're probably sitting and thinking, man, what is our tomorrow going to be like? Well, guess what? As long as God put us in a position to wake up in the morning and you got another chance to have another breath on this earth, there's an opportunity for you to be a blessing to someone else and for yourself.
Amen. Amen.
It's People to the people podcast of the DMV. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's about we and God we trust. Sir Rod and Lady Z, PTP.